Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Travis and this is Bacon and Backpacking, and today I'm surrounded by a bunch of cool backpacking gear. So I want to talk to you about one of my favorite gear companies, Hilltop packs. They have a ton of different stuff. We're going to kind of go through some of the gear that I have from them in this video, kind of showcase everything, but they do like custom printing, ultralight gear. So let's go ahead and just dive on into it. All right, so the first thing I want to start with is one of the pieces of gear from Hilltop packs that I've been using the most, and that is the food bag. So this is a Dyneema food bag. This thing can fit about 4 or 5 days worth of food into it, and as you can see, they will do custom printing. Basically, you can take like any sort of image you have. They have like a builder on the website. You can just jump on there and, you know, crop any sort of photo you want right onto one of these food bags. So the cool thing about the way that they print on Dyneema is that it never fades or, you know, like chips off over time or anything like that. A lot of people think about Dyneema and ultralight gear in general as like not being like sturdy or robust enough. And should I tell the story about this thing? So Sarah's shaking her head yes. So basically what happened was we were at Red River Gorge, and I had this thing about 20 feet up in the air getting ready to hang it. And we couldn't tell because it was dark, but basically the tree branch snapped and this thing came crashing down with about 3 days worth of food in it. Gas canister, cooking pot, like all kinds of stuff was in this thing. Came crashing down to the ground, landed on the ground. You know, not a single, you know, tear, hole, anything like that. These things are super ultralight, super customizable. They have all the features that you're looking for, and I like mine so much. Sarah needed to get, you know, her own food bag, so here's the newest one we got right here, and I believe this is a picture we took. It was at Lake Vesuvius, right? So, but yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, really good picture quality and really good job custom printing these things. So I just want to kind of go over a couple things real quick. Everything is seam tape, so these are pretty waterproof. I've hung these up overnight, you know, in some pretty bad rain and never had any sort of water inside my food bag, so that's good. But like I said, you can fit like 4 or 5 days worth of food in here. It has a little snap up top. It's a roll top, so as the trip goes on and there's less volume in there, you can go ahead and compress it down. Flip her over. Got your buckle right there, and then you have this little loop right here, and this is where you can attach like your carabiner and do your food hang. In addition to like the custom printing and stuff like that, they also have just like plain Dyneema. They have it in different colors, stuff like that, if you want to go like an even cheaper route and not do custom. But for the slightly extra cost, I think it's cool just to have something like on trail that like reminds you of like a certain memory or like an experience or something like that. And it's just like a good morale booster on trail. Now, Hilltop Packs is going to have everything that you need regarding your food bags. They have lightweight cordage. They have like hardware for doing like a simple food hang, so you don't have to like wrap the line around the tree, stuff like that. Also too, they also have little throw bags, rock bags, whatever you want to call them. Obviously, for anybody who's ever actually thrown a line over a tree, you know there's not enough weight on the line to throw it, you know, 20 feet in the air and get it to come down the other side. So they make these little rock bags. Again, for being what this is, this thing's been chucked a bunch of times. No holes or tears in it or anything like that. All right, so up next is one of the new pieces of gear I got from Hilltop, and these are actually stuff sacks for backpacking chairs. So I'm getting old apparently, and you know, doing the whole sit pad thing just isn't working out for me anymore. So I have a Hellenox Chair Zero that I always take on my trips. Thing's been a lifesaver. And then Sarah actually has one as well too. I want to go over a couple things. So first of all, we both have Chair Zeros, but they also make it for, you know, popular models of backpacking chairs. Like I know that the REI, lightweight, like the 1 pound chair that REI has, they have a chair bag for that. Super cool, but you know, why do you need a chair bag, right? The Chair Zero comes with one. So I don't know if you can tell, but like just from sitting on this table, the fabric that this bag is made out of, it's already starting to wet through just from sitting on this table with the snow. In light rain, it was never much of an issue, but we had a couple of trips where it was pretty heavy downpours and our chairs got soaked. Because we usually keep them on the outside of the pack for, you know, quick access for if you take a break, sit down, eat lunch. As soon as you get to camp, it's usually the first thing that comes out. So we leave the chairs on the outside of the pack, but then the chairs got soaked. Very simple solution. Enter Dyneema and or Eco Pack, okay? So Sarah's is just like standard Dyneema. As you can see on here, it's just kind of, you know, somewhat transparent, right? But anyways, you know, Dyneema doesn't absorb water, so any moisture that hits this should just run straight off of it, okay? Now again, this isn't a dry bag, it's a stuff sack. And you can see up top here, you just kind of have like this draw pull to cinch it down. And what I would do is, you know, I would turn this end upside down in like the side pouch of the pack. That way, for the most part, it's going to keep most of the water out. Either way, it's much more highly water resistant than this thing that's just going to soak through immediately. That's your standard option and cheapest way to go. Just get like a generic Dyneema sack. Now, I like having cool stuff, so here's where Hilltop Packs really shines. So this is one of my favorite pictures and favorite memories on trail. This is from the Roaring Plains Wilderness in West Virginia. Highly recommend you guys go check it out. Probably the most beautiful views in West Virginia I've ever seen. But right here we have that moment, you know, right here on this chair bag. So, you know, if I'm ever solo and kind of having like a bad time on trail or something like that, you know, this is just something that's gonna like make me smile or laugh, and I think that's really important while you're out on trail. Now, the printed ones, these are actually made out of Eco Pack. Again, very lightweight material. I think the bag weighs about like 7/10 of an ounce or something like that. The Dyneema is slightly lighter. I think it's around ½ an ounce. So again, options for everybody. If you just want the function, you can go cheaper by getting the plain, or if you want some custom cool stuff, go ahead and get that bad boy custom printed. As you can see here, these are just stuff sacks for, you know, any sort of tent stake you're going to have. They've got about like 4 or 5 different like funny templates. Sarah's is obviously the Don't Freaking Lose Me. Right, this really helps with it being orange. It's easy to find when you set it on the ground. And then mine has the stake on it because, haha, right? I think it's funny. Again, it's just something to look at and laugh. And again, being that these are Dyneema, I mean, there's tent stakes in here. Like, there's pokey, sharp stuff in there. And again, not a single hole, tear, nothing like that on these bags. So, I mean, I've been super happy with them so far. Definitely check these things out. They're awesome. All right. And then one of the last pieces of gear that like we personally have from Hilltop is just one of their roll top dry bags. This is just my ditty bag, so basically all of my miscellaneous gear goes in here to kind of keep it all in one place for organization, and also to keep it dry as well too. So for those of you that have been following the channel, I used to use like a 50-liter pack for all my trips. I recently switched to a 38-liter pack with no hip belt and no hip belt pockets. So some of this miscellaneous stuff I'll show you right here. Pretty cold outside if I can get my hands to work out here. But yeah, all this miscellaneous stuff, you know, a lot of this used to just reside in my hip belt pouches. So first aid kit, poop kit, fire kit, cordage and hardware for my tarp, and then just my headlamp, right? So all that stuff used to kind of be in like little hip belt pouches. But now I don't have the hip belt, so I didn't want to just shove it all in the outside mesh, you know, pocket of my pack. One, it just kind of makes it look like a gypsy pack, and it doesn't look clean, and I just don't really like it. It's kind of like an OCD thing. But also, too, just keep it all in one spot, keep it all dry. So this is one of the smallest dry bags that Hilltop Packs makes. It's seam taped, and then obviously it's a roll top, so this is a waterproof bag. But yeah, I just keep all my little stuff in here. I believe this is the medium stuff sack. They make all kinds of different sizes, guys. They make stuff sacks that are small enough that they're like, you know, about this size to just fit like a headlamp or a stove or something like that in. Again, this is the medium, which they recommend for their ditty bag. And then it goes all the way up into like large, extra large, stuff like that. So the next one up would be like a clothing bag. The next one up would be like a small, like warm weather quilt and or cold weather clothing bag. And then from there it goes up into stuff sacks and dry bags that are large enough for, you know, winter sleeping bags and quilts and stuff like that. So obviously it's very important to keep your gear dry. When I was a conventional backpacker and I was trying to switch to Ultralight, I had 12 ounces of stuff sacks. So 3/4 of a pound in stuff sacks, okay? right here, 1/4 ounce. Not even 1/4 ounce. Probably doesn't even register on a scale. Maybe 1/2 ounce, 3/4 ounce right there, right? And I think this entire enormous food bag is something like under 1.5 ounces as well too. So I mean, I cut almost a full pound off my gear loadout just in like stuff sacks. So it's something to think about, guys. Why did I make this video? First of all, I just told you, you know, it helped me save almost a pound off my loadout, helps keep your gear dry, stuff like that. But also too, just like the funny, cool stuff for morale while on trail, make you laugh, stuff like that. I think that stuff's invaluable. So that's why I wanted to share some of this stuff with you here today. But be aware, this is just the stuff that I have from Hilltop Packs. They also have a huge offering of other gear. As the name suggests, they make ultralight backpacks, okay? They make trowels for your poop kit. They do cordage. They do hardware, dry bags, stuff sacks, chair bags, all kinds of cool stuff, guys. Just get onto the website and check them out. And in the issue of full transparency, guys, I have waited like a full year with this channel to endorse any sort of gear company, okay? I get stuff in my inbox all the time, almost weekly, from Chinese knockoff companies and stuff that want me to, you know, peddle their product to make a buck and stuff like that, and I've turned them all down. I wanted to actually, you know, use gear from a company for an extended period of time, make sure I liked it, make sure I liked, you know, the people at the company, and made sure I agreed with like their mission and stuff like that. And Hilltop Packs fits that bill for me. So I just personally prefer to deal with like the smaller companies and stuff like that, you know, whose customer service and quality of their gear is going to make or break whether they're successful. So Hilltop Packs is one of those companies. I love their stuff. I'm proud to endorse them. I sought them out asking for an affiliate relationship, and you know, they approved it. So what I want to do, guys, is down in the description box, I'm going to go ahead and put my affiliate link down there. Basically, all you got to do is click on it. It's going to take you to their website. If you purchase anything from Hilltop Packs, you get a 5% discount off of your entire order. So it's going to help you out. It's going to drive more business to a great company. So it's going to help them out, and it's also going to help out the channel as well too, guys. So if you want to get any of this stuff, cool. If not, don't worry about it. But I just wanted to showcase some of this awesome gear that they have. But if you like the video so far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see me using some more, you know, Hilltop Packs gear in the field, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But once again, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.